Right, so first of all, let me start by telling you, despite the fact that I do have a bigger shovel, that's not actually very useful for digging a fire pit. What you want to do is get your hands, let me just get it out of the bag. Get your hands on one of these. Again, very cheap. It's like a military thing, and they are literally brilliant. So, oh God, it's so hard to sort things out with one hand. Oh, right. Sorry, I'm trying to... Okay, so what you do is you twist it out, click it in, right? Now, this fire pit wasn't dug with a big shovel, it was dug with this. And the reason for that is it enables you to get around the contours, and basically I dig it, and I use the big shovel to pull the earth out. This hole, by the way, I didn't dig. I don't know why that's there. It just fell in a bit. It don't go too deep. I don't know what it is. Anyhow, that hole I did dig. So the way this fire works, it's using the principle of a Dakota fire hole, which is an American thing, an American Army thing. But basically, what it is you dig two holes. I mean, look it up online. There's plenty of videos about a Dakota fire hole. I'm not going to get too deeply into it because there's plenty of videos out there that will tell you about it. Just look up a Dakota fire hole, you'll get the idea. So it works on the principle that, despite the fact, I mean, this is quite low down into the ground. It's probably a good foot. It's probably a good foot deep, that. Now, without that hole, that won't stay alight. It will just keep going out because it's a foot deep, you know. You need the oxygen to be pulled in from somewhere. So having a hole like that, and you're going to see how this works really well later on. But one of the processes for making a smokeless fire is you do it upside down. So, now normally people will make upside down fires above ground to make a smokeless fire. But I don't really make it necessarily because it's smokeless. I learned that apparently these smokeless fires are more about laziness, from what I gather. People learn how to do these smokeless fires because it's an upside down fire, not necessarily a smokeless fire. Upside down fires because they're less effort in the long run, and what that means is it's a bit of effort setting it up, but once it's set up and you've lit it, it should pretty much take care of itself. Now, it takes a little bit longer to burn down, but your flames aren't quite as intense, and also because they're below ground, a whole foot below ground, of course anyone looking from above ground, so for example the road that's over there and from the pathway that's over there, they won't be out. All you're going to see from here is like a little flicker coming from the top. Then they wouldn't even see it from that distance because it's so low down, and that's the charm, one of the charms to this fire. So let's get it set up. Pretty sure have I got any more big ones? I'm pretty sure it's all my big ones. Right, so basically you want get some big chunky ones on the bottom. How's that all on its own? Where's its mate? Oh, I might have split it up. No, I can't find its mate anywhere. I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay, right, well, just accept it, Tara, get over it. Right, so I've got 4. I'm pretty sure I cut more than that, but whatever. So anyway, there's 4 there. That'll do. I had a bit of trouble standing them up because they've got these little knobbly bits on them. But basically, you want to sit them fairly close together. Bugger. Because when the fire's lit, you want... Oh, God. What is going on? Right. Okay, let's do it like that. So when the fire's lit, basically what happens is embers are going to drop down Oh God, please excuse me, sniffing this cold is literally doing my head in. So what we're going to do is we're going to fit them quite close together so that as coals drip down from the top, they drip in between these little slots, set fire to the underneath. That's the idea, right? And if you watch some of these Dakota fire holes and upside down fires, you're going to get a good idea of the principle of it. So, see, I knew I had another one. Well, mind you, it don't even fit there now, does it? I might as well split that later. Right. So, what I'm doing is lining this fire with some splits. And I'm just building them up at the moment. Like so. It's not going to work that way. Okay, like so. Okay. And you've got to crisscross them to allow airflow. Okay, so that's that one. Pop that one in the middle. Okay. Actually, I've got one there that could probably fit on the bottom. Let's move those over a bit. Yeah. There we go. Right. You're going to get to see this in its full glory once it's lit. And one there. Right, now that the decent wood's all stacked up, now as you can see it's still not exceeding the pit. Let me show you what I mean. So from ground level, it's all below ground. It looks like it's sort of protruding. Oh, and one other tip, don't fill your complete fire hole with wood, because you can't get enough airflow around it. So basically you need like about a hand, I would say about a hand distance is good all the way around that, because the airflow is going to come up, it'll get that burning good. Now on top of here, this is again another, oh sorry, mind my finger getting in the way of the camera. So again, another little tip for you. In my food bag I keep cotton buds. They're all squished in here. What I also keep, petroleum jelly, aka Vaseline. Now what you do, not normally with one hand admittedly, but what you do, I really got to get some kind of prop for this bloody phone. Hopefully I can find some tree I can manipulate, or a branch or something. So what you do, stick your cotton bud in there, grab a little bit of petroleum jelly. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can use birch bark and all that crap, but I won't lie, birch bark can get a bit smoky, so I wouldn't necessarily go for that. Now get a good lump with the old Vass on there. Now, you don't need many, but I normally go with 2 or 3. I'm going to stick 2 on there today because I'm starting to run out of Vaseline. I've got to buy some more. Let's just hope that 2 gives it what it needs. So stick another one in there. Okay. There's the Vass. I don't know if you can make it out on there. Anyway, oh, excuse me burping, I've had a beer. A well-deserved beer, I might say. I haven't had a beer in over a week, so... And I had my last bag. Finished it now, which is a shame, because I've still got half a beer left, so I'm a bit gutted about that. Anyway, as you can see, the sun hasn't quite... It's about there, and it's still a bit bright really for me to light this. I'm going to see actually if I Let's see if I can give it a go, because to show you no smoke, I've got to do it in daylight, ain't I? Right. Okay. Here goes. Let's hope that we don't get rumbled. Right. What time is it actually? Right, it's 5:45, so I should be okay. Hopefully most people have fucked off home now. Should only be a couple of random late evening dog walkers. Right. So, light the cotton balls. And then start sticking the twiggage on. Now you've got to be careful with these cotton. I find actually cotton pads work better than balls. But, you know, whatever works, I suppose, you know. At the end of the day, the cotton balls are cheaper, so I went with them. Now I'm just going to be delicate about it, and the reason why I'm not sticking a whole bundle on there, because I guess you're wondering, why should I stick a whole bundle on there? I'm sure that'll catch quicker. Yeah, you're right, it will catch quicker, but you know what else is going to happen? We're going to smoke. So we take it a bit at a time, and we're gentle. There's no point in rushing these things. I've tried to rush them before because I've been really hungry and I've just wanted my potato out and I haven't cared, and maybe I've had a couple of beers and thought, fuck it, who gives a shit if I get rumbled? But it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it, because that's how you get rumbled. Okay, so bit at a time. Oh, I might get an early baked potato tonight. That's lovely. I don't normally set a fire this well, I have set a fire this early, obviously when it was colder and darker. But, it's not the norm, really, for me. So, you see what I'm doing here? Just bit by bit. As soon as it's starting to catch a bit, I added a bit more. And can you see any smoke yet? I mean, in fact, let me stand back. I've done bongs that give off a shitload of smoke. That is nothing to worry about, you know. But although it's nothing to worry about, the reason why I leave it till late is because sometimes this will start to burn down and it might hit a stick down here, or there might be a bit of moisture in one of these, and suddenly it will smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke. And like I say, I won't hang around with that. As soon as it starts smoking, I literally, if I can identify the piece of wood it is and I can get it out without dismantling the entire fire, I will take it out. But it's not very often you can do that. So what will normally happen is, if it starts smoking, I literally grab a load of earth, which is behind my chair, actually. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. I've got a pile of earth down there. So I'll literally grab that, throw it on, put the fire out, and then start all over again. There was one time I ended up with a baked potato at about 10:30, 11 at night, because it was a bit wet that time, and I was just struggling to find any dry wood. So I couldn't stop it from smoking. Oh, do excuse this sniffing. This sniffing is doing my... I'll tell you what, if it's doing your head, and imagine how much it's winding me up. I ain't even got tissue. So, like, I have to rely on rags and stuff, and I tell you now, my rags are wearing thin. My nose, however, won't stop going. I tell you what, that library has got a lot to answer for. Oh, this is why I've been going to McDonald's at the moment. It sounds stupid, doesn't it? Why am I going to McDonald's? This library. I mean, I tell you, there's a few reasons for that. First of all, the library is bloody far away. Also, I don't seem to get ill when I go to McDonald's, and I know it should, because it's a shithole. But the food is dire. But I'm only really interested in their internet, not their food. Don't get me wrong, occasionally I will succumb to a burger. That's not really why I'm there. Right, I'm going to start going with some bigger sticks now. So let's get them out of my little pile. Starting to catch the wood underneath, so we should be okay soon. And just so you can see for the record, still no smoke. Now if you look in there, you can see it's sort of letting off a little, but who the fuck is going to see that? Sorry for my language, I've had a few beers. I get a little bit loose-lipped when I've had a few beers. Oh, nearly dropped it. There you go, baby. Get back on there. Oh, don't go away. Right. Since living in the woods, actually, it don't take a lot to get me a little bit tipsy nowadays. Couple of beers and how many ones? That sounds daft, doesn't it? That's kind of how it goes right now. So I try not to drink too much. I can't afford to drink too much anyway. Right. Oh, I nearly burnt me bloody earphones then. What am I doing? Right, so as you can see, that wood's already caught underneath. I don't think I need to put much more on top. I'm just going to put a couple on for safety, I was going to do, but they fell off. Oh, fuck. It does get hot. That's the other thing, actually, that's great about this fire pit, is it will get very hot. So, fuck. So it's quite good for cooking on. If you want to do like a baked potato, like I say, it'll only take 20 minutes with the coals. Oh, shit. Okay. Whoa. Sorry, I'm keep reaching out. So it puts the camera off angle. Where am I going to put that one? Let's go there. Okay, then let's put one there. Just for good measure. Oh, no, don't do good measures, Tara. There we go, there we go. Right, now I reckon that's going to do fine. Now we can sit back and relax, you see. And look at that. No real smoke. Hang on, let me stand back so you can see. Right, so you get my point about it being below ground and it having that hole. So let me get you down to ground level. That's all you see, ever. Now, if you imagine, if there's a big tree on the floor over there, there's lumps and bumps in the ground, you can't get around over there. Who the hell is going to spot that? I mean, that's not a lot. That's not much more than just a normal camping stove. You know? So that's the principle of it. And so once it gets down and I've got to the bottom layer, at the bottom those half logs, instead of quartering them like I have the rest, I've left some half down there. So when I get burnt halfway through the half logs, I use my fire sticks. I've got one there. And I've got one here with some prongs in it so I can pick potatoes up against this, you know, pin them to that, lift them up. So anyway, once that gets down to there, I'm going to wrap my potato up in some foil, just cheapo foil, it's about 50p out of Sainsbury's. I wrap my potato in that. I do 2 wrappings because it's such cheapo foil. And then I just spread the coals around, drop it in the coals, and then try and wrap it up as much as the coals. I start a timer on 20 minutes, go off, do what I like. Anyway, when the timer goes off, I'll come back and turn the potato, set the timer again for another 20 minutes, disturb all the coals obviously when I turn it, and wrap it back up again in the coals as you do. And 20 minutes later I can come back, the coals are almost dead by then, and my potato's done. And then what I do is I take my nice hot potato in a Tupperware tub into my tent where I will have some cheese and butter at the ready. I don't keep the cheese and butter in here because it's just a pain in the arse keep reaching in for it every 5 minutes. So cheese, butter, salt and pepper is kept in there because they're my potato substances. What I mean by that is, like, sometimes I'll just go with a plain potato with cheese. Other times I'll reach into my bucket, which is yonder, my pantry, and I will choose something out there. At the moment, I've got half a tin of beans to use up because I had beans not last night, the night before. So these need to be used up today. Otherwise I've got to throw them away. And one thing I'm not very keen on is throwing away food that I've paid for or food that I've caught. Throwing away food is not really an option for me. It's something that I completely detest. So needless to say, I'll be having the beans tonight with some cheese. I don't need any meat. That squirrel was more than enough to see me through for the next few days, and I don't think I'm going to crave meat for a little while. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Anyhow, see? No smoke. Well, I say no smoke. I mean, like, you do get a bit. But I don't think anyone, like, even 10 foot away is going to see it. Not even 5 foot, really. So, it's a cross between a Dakota fire hole and an upside down fire. I mean, the Dakota fire hole, this is literally like release. It's using the idea because of the flue, but actually it's not a Dakota fire hole because the Dakota fire hole is far smaller than that. But but in a true Dakota fire hole, you wouldn't be able to do an upside down fire. So, you know, it's limiting. Anyway, you can see it's all falling apart nicely. The next sticks have caught underneath now again, and it's just going to work its way down. You know, I don't know whether it's worth keeping you on. I'll tell you what. No, I'm not. I'm not going to keep you on because I'm already 22 minutes in, and it takes quite a while to upload a video of half an hour. So I'm gonna stop here, and then I will show you, you know, how I deal with the embers and the baked potato layer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pretty standard stuff, and to be honest, I probably don't need to show anyone that. I mean, who doesn't know how to wrap a baked potato in foil and put it into some coals? But I'll, you know, just to appease, to finish the whole deal, to show you the end product, I'll take you through the process. But it is going to be in a few uploads because, like I said, I can't edit and I can't do things like that. So you will never get music in my videos or anything, any stuff like that. You know, it's just me, really, me and my mobile. All right, pets, I will be in touch soon once I can get the potato on there. All right, I've got to wait till it gets down to those bottom ones, really, and half cooks them. Okie dokie, speak soon.